Good morning everyone. Today we've been sent in an iPhone XR that's showing no signs of life. When we hook it up to our charging station, it's pulling 0.6 amps and then off, 0.6 amps, off. So there is definitely a problem with the phone. When we put in our TriStar tester, let's see what this does, if it gives us any sort of indication. So we'll run a quick test. Pass. So it's saying that Hydra's okay and the charge port's okay. So let's open it up and see what else is going on. Okay, so with the screen off, what I first and foremost like to do is check the main power rail on the phone to see if that's got a short. So we'll put a black probe on ground. Showing 3.8 volts, and we'll just touch the live. So there's no short on the main rail. If you touch the other one, you'll see that's ground, but on the main line on the battery connector, it's not showing any faults. So let me just prompt it to boot and see how it behaves. So I'll just try and press the power button. So it is pulling a lot of power. Tell you what, let's clip in a new battery and see what that does. Okay, so with a new battery just clipped in, let's see what happens if we prompt it to boot. Okay, so that's interesting. Does it come on? Okay. So, at least we've got a phone. So, what to test? Do we just try putting a new battery in? Could it just be that simple? Looking at that boot cycle on the amps, it was a bit erratic, but that could be a little bit of a short somewhere. Let's check some areas of the board. Okay, so off camera I was doing some tests and there was a problem with the phone. So as you can see now, if I have boosted the battery, so when I put it on charge, I'm getting that 0.6 and then it stops charging. So it's just won't charge at all. I've tightened the pins on the battery connector, everything's good. Okay, obviously I did boost the battery, so the phone will come on, but obviously there is some sort of an issue with the phone because it is not charging at all. When I put it in and out, it's like it's not even detecting the charger. So one thing that's quite important, which you might not realize, so let me just disconnect that battery. So with the battery disconnected, I'm going to take out this top flex for the earpiece. Okay, just disconnecting that. And now I'll connect the battery again. Just leave that a little bit out. And now let's see how it behaves. So it's charging perfect now, straight up to 2.5 amps nearly. And as you'll see when the phone boots, only because of this proximity sensor and ambient light sensor and the earpiece flex, they can cause a lot of problems, these flexes, especially when it comes to water damage. So we can see we're getting a charging logo. I'll take it off, put it in, yeah. And it's responding to the charger perfectly now and pulling the right amount of amps. So the problem lies with this top flex. So what can be the issue? A lot of the times it can be water damage that's come in here which is messing with the proximity sensor, so you can give that a visual inspection. But when I was looking at this, I can see this flex here has a tear. Don't know if it'll pick it up. So just this little tear is causing the phone not to charge. So our options are, we're going to speak to the customer. The customer might not be bothered about Face ID, so we'll just replace this whole unit at a fraction of the cost. But if they do want to retain Face ID, then what we'll do is we'll transplant her proximity sensor off this flex onto a new donor flex, so she will keep her Face ID. But that is a little bit more expensive, so I will have to speak to the customer. But as always, hope you've learned something.